We are here again in our second lesson on research methodology, LIB 355. And today we'll be looking at chapter 1. What is expected as you write your chapter 1 in your research? What are the things you put into consideration to make your research a perfect one? The first thing we look at when you are going to write research chapter 1 is what? Background to the study. Background to the study. Under this section, the researcher traces the condition and factors that necessitate the problem. Here, the researcher presents all materials that will help his or her reader to understand the development of the problem. The essence of background to the study is to provide necessary background information that will show the reader the condition, the circumstances, and factors that are given rise in the problem to be investigated. Then when you have finished your chapter background of the study, you go to statement of the problem. As the name implies, what did the researcher want to achieve? Under statement of the problem, having traced the development of the problem in preceding subsection, the problem is now formulated and defined in a consigned and prescribed terms. Under statement of the problem, you state the problem, what the problem is, and how did the researcher tends to achieve it. Your statement of the problem must be from a wider scope and you narrow it down. Then from statement of the problem, we have purpose of the study. The purpose of the study. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to accomplish? It represents the statement of objective of the study. It can be written in a general statement of what the researcher tends to accomplish. Now from there we go to significance of the study. Significance of the study is the importance of the study. It has to do with the major contribution of the researcher which he or she hopes to achieve in form of theory. Does who benefit from the study? How did the person benefit from the study? These are the things that the researcher put into consideration. When I call researcher, you understand what I'm saying. The researcher is the person that is writing. You student, you don't say I. In research, you say the researcher, the researcher, the researcher. Then we talk about research questions and hypotheses. Research questions refer to the major questions to which the researcher seeks to provide answer in the course of the investigation, while hypotheses refer to intelligent guesses. Now we talk about scope. Some call it the limitation of the study. It talks about what you want to achieve, where you want to. It talks about cut much as you can chew out of the problem. Your study want to tell us the scope, what the researcher want to achieve. Let's take example. The researcher is talking about the study. The researcher tends to find out the resources available in the library. You know, when you talk about library, what library? Is it Nigeria? Is it federal? Is it local government? You tell us the scope, what you want to achieve. That is what you talk about, scope of the study. And from scope of the study, you talk about assumption. Most research have assumption is optional. But here, when you talk about assumption, you have to be specified. One should not pose condition that is hardly tenable. Assumption need not to be made in all subjects, in all courses. Then from there, we talk about operational definition of terms. When you talk about operational definition of terms, you know, you don't use dictionary definitions of terms when you talk about operational definition of terms. What the researcher does is operational definition refer to a specialized senses in which those terms were used in the course of the study and not dictionary definitions. Because what the researcher used might be different, what the researcher tends to describe might be different from the definition in the dictionary. So when you talk about operational definition of terms, it talks about what the terms you use in your work and the meaning as it's related to your work. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be waiting for your comments, and get ready. By tomorrow again, we'll have our exam, and I hope you do well. Thank you so much. Bye and God bless.